Hare Krishna. Thank you, Baldev Bro, for giving me this opportunity. So I'll try to speak something on this topic of Jivadaya. So as we have heard many times, preaching is the essence of all our activities. So whatever you do in Krishna consciousness, so it should end in preaching the message of Krishna to others. As Mahaprabhu also has said, Amar Agya Guru Hoya Tar Desh. So first we have to follow and then we have to preach this message to others. So this is the very, very important aspect of a preacher, a devotee in Krishna consciousness. So what is actually preaching? So preaching means we have to share our joy with others. Whatever we experience in Krishna consciousness, that we have to share with others. That is not just talking dry, hardcore philosophy. We have to share whatever happiness, whatever joy we experience in various activities of Krishna consciousness. And all of you are experiencing lots of joy here, I'm sure. So are you experiencing joy here? So to go back, preaching means you have to share that joy with your colleagues, with your batchmates, college students, so that they can also become attracted to the mission of Krishna consciousness. Because preachers, they are the seekers of essence. Every devotee here sitting should be a preacher and should be a seeker of essence of Krishna consciousness. As Bhagavatam describes, Satamayam sarabhitam nisargo yadarthavani shruti cheta samapi pratikshanam navyavadachyutasya striyavitanam iva sadhuvarta. So Bhagavatam describes the devotees satam, they are sarbhritam. They are seekers of essence. Yad artha, vani, shruti and chetasam. With their mind, body, words and consciousness. What they are doing? They are absorbed in hearing the glories of Krishna. And then example is given. How they are absorbed? Just like a person who is attached to women, for him, the topics of women are always new, always attractive. They can keep on talking about women for whole day. They can keep on hearing about them whole day. They are very much attracted. So devotees, preachers, and everybody here should be a preacher. And we are preachers. And we'll see how. Somebody may be thinking, but I never preach. I never speak to anyone. But preaching is a different thing. As Saint Assisi of Francis here said, a very famous statement. We should preach the gospel all times, and if necessary, we should speak also. So that is the motto of every devotee sitting here. That should be the motto. That we have to preach this message of Krishna consciousness by our words, by our actions, by our intelligence. Pranair arthair dhiya vacha. By our mind, by our life, by our words, by our wealth, whatever we have to preach this message to everyone. So devotees, they should be seekers of essence. One time in New Vrindavan, devotees had prepared gulab jamun for a festival. And that time one leader there, he told that all the devotees, they should take only 2 gulab jamuns, not more than that. And they had prepared a huge quantity. So everybody was disturbed. Because as devotees, the only sense gratification we have is prasad. Uspe bhi pabandi laga diya to gadbad ho jayega. So then everybody went to Prabhupada and they complained, Prabhupada, this devotee is not allowing us to eat as per our expectation. So then Prabhupada said, okay, everybody can eat how much they want, but the leader should eat only 2. So that was Prabhupada. So devotees should be very much absorbed in seeking the essence. And that is the holy name, that is Bhagavatam, Krishna Katha, that is the essence of all our activities. And that should be our motive. Parasparanu Kathanam Pavanam Bhagavad Yasha. We should be absorbed in discussing Bhagavatam, sharing Krishna Katha, because if we are absorbed in sharing Krishna Katha, then we can give to others also. If we are ourselves absorbed in doing all the katha of this world, then we will not be able to preach this message to the people of this world. So therefore we have to first we have to practice what we are preaching. It begins at our own individual level. As Sanatan Goswami and Haridas Thakur, they are talking. So Sanatan Goswami is glorifying Haridas Thakur. Achar kare na keha na kare prachar, prachar kare na keha na kare achar. Achar prachar tumi karah dui karya, tumi sarva guru tumi jagater arya. So some people, they practice. Achar kare na, but they don't preach. Na kare prachar. And some people, they practice, they preach. Prachar kare na keha, na kare achar. But because you are doing achar and prachar both, achar prachar tumi karaha dui karya, therefore you are qualified to become the guru of the whole world. So the next verse is very interesting. It is described. Kaviraj Goswami says, Ehi mata dui jana nana katharange Krishna katha svadaye rahe kasange. So these two devotees, they are absorbed in discussing Krishna Katha, and that's how they are getting the pleasure of sharing this Krishna consciousness to everyone. That's how Haridas Thakur would preach this message, chant these holy names always. So that should be our goal. We should practice. Otherwise, for example, if some devotees are distributing books, all of us have experienced doing books distribution. So if somebody comes and asks, क्या है ये book? मुझे पता नहीं क्या आप पढ़ के पता कर लो हमने तो पढ़ा नहीं. So then it will not be a good example for others. Nobody will be interested. So therefore we should practice whatever we are preaching, and that's why Prabhupada would always emphasize on reading Srila Prabhupada books, reading his books. How much time? I'll just get 5 more minutes. That's time. So very beautiful verse comes. I'm just focusing on what should be the attitude and mood of a preacher, and then other devotees will glorify and focus on other topics. So as devotee, as a preacher, we should be first absorbed in Krishna Katha, absorbed in hearing Bhagavatam. Then we can distribute this message to others. If the well is empty, the well cannot give water to others. So very beautiful verse comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Kaviraj Goswami describes, Ei lila amrit vine khaye adi anna pane, tabe bhaktera durbala jivan. Yare ka bindu pane utfullita tanu mane hase gaye kore nartane. So Kaviraj Goswami describes, Yei lila, this lila of Mahaprabhu and this lila of Krishna, it is like nectar. And if someone is not tasting this nectar and he is eating prasad, khayati annapane, prasad pet bhar ke kha raha hai. So we have heard so many things. We'll eat our way back to Godhead. Prasad khate khate pure devotee ban jayenge. All these are good for inspiration. But Kaviraj Goswamis and all acharyas, what they have said, we should be very clear about it. Khaye adi annapane tabe bhaktera durbala jivan. Devotee will become weak in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, yar ek bindu pane utfullita tanu mane. And if somebody just tastes a drop of this nectar, hase gaye kore nartane, he will become ecstatic. He will dance in ecstasy. And that is the joy which attracts others to Krishna consciousness. If we are ourselves morose while chanting, and if रात के 10 बजे और 10 माला बचा है और देख रहे हैं अभी कौन माला दिया मेरे को, कौन डिवोटी बना है, so others will not become attracted, others will not become interested in Krishna consciousness, because we are spreading the subtle vibrations. ये बहुत boring चीज है. So we have to become absorbed in Krishna Katha. That should be our mood. And other place Kaviraj Goswami describes the attitude of a preacher. So when we are going to tell this message to others, and if somebody has a attitude that I am going to deliver the whole world, ये सब पतित लोग हैं, कॉलेज के पाके स्टूडेंट, सबको डिवोटी बनाना मेरा काम. I am the deliverer of this whole college. So that should not be the mood. So Kaviraj Goswami describes, he is describing the list of the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. And then in one of the verses, after describing all this, he says, Ananta Chaitanya Gan ke karu ganan, apana shodhite kari mukhya mukhya jan. So he says, the devotees of Lord Chaitanya are unlimited, but still I am counting few just to purify myself. Prabhupada writes a very beautiful line in the purport. He says, this should be the attitude of all devotees engaged in preaching of Krishna consciousness movement. So I am going to preach to purify myself. So that should be our mood, that should be our attitude, so that we can also get purified. Because Krishna, as just here in Gauranga Darshan, he said very wonderful line. He says, purity of intent and consistency of attempt gives satisfaction. Purity of intent and consistency of attempt gives satisfaction. So we have to be pure in our motives and we have to be consistent in our attempts to preach this message. Then we'll be happy and satisfied in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much.